Hello everybody. So this is second part of the basics lesson. We'll call it 2.1, Basics Plus. Yeah, so in this one we're going to cover a little bit about arrays. So here I've got a function called SumArray, and what it does is it takes an array of integers, and you can see that this is an array of integers because we have the open and closed brackets up here. You can see this right here. That's in the way you declare an array. If you wanted to have it to be a string of an array string, you do this. And you've seen this before in the main function, right? So here, though, we just want to take an int array. So something like this, an array 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to sum all of the items in it and return 14. In order to test this function, we're going to go into the main function and create a test array. And to do this in Java, you give it these brackets, and that can initialize the array. So we have our test array. What we want to do is call the function SumArray on our test array, and we want to print it out. And so we expect this to be something like 14. To make this a little bit easier to debug and tell that if we're getting the right answer or not, let's say SumArray should equal 14. So this should print true, right? Okay. So here, what we want to do is we have this for syntax I'm going to teach you now. So for, let's say num in array. So what this semicolon is, or this colon is saying is like num in. So this colon is letting us iterate through the array. So what it will do is at each step it'll give us a 2, and then the next step it'll give us a 3, and the next step it'll give us 4, and the next step it'll give us a 5. So then what we can do is create a value int result equals 0, and just here we're just going to plus equal the number. And plus equal is a shortcut for result equals result plus number. And this will accumulate, and then we want to return the result. So we expect true. We have everything going on here. We have our comments. Okay. So let's try this out. Java C basics. Oh, crud. So we have a lot of issues here. So error, not a statement, is our first error. So I wonder why that is. And then it gives us a bunch of errors afterwards. And I think these usually are just, when you have a few errors in the same sentence like this, usually if you fix the first one, it'll fix all the other ones. So what I think is happening here is we have to declare the type of this number. Once we declare the type, then we can have we can expect the number to be an int, and the for loop knows what to do. The problem is here, this doesn't really tell you that exactly, and this isn't the reason why people dislike Java. Sometimes it's not very clear about what you actually need to do to fix your program. They try though. So we see true. Okay, great. So we have completed the SumArray function. So let's do another one where we sum the array only if the numbers are 5. So instead of this, what we should get back is 5. What we actually need to do is we only want to add the number to the result if the number is equal to 5. Okay, so that should be pretty easy. There's 5 here. So let's run it. No, I always do that. Okay, so we have true again. So we've finished this up here. So let's say 5 or 3. So here we say or num equals 3. Then we want to do that. And then we change the title, and now we should get an 8. Let's run it. Okay, we get true again. So now you've seen how to do ORs, how to do some different logical operators, and how to iterate through an array. Well, now your homework is going to be to go to codingbat.com/Java and just see a lot of code practice here. You do something really simple like array2 should be able to do some of these. So count the evens, for example. Go through and do a couple of these array problems. Go ahead and try some of these, see what you can do, and happy coding!